Okay, good morning, Miss Gracia and classmates. This day is I will conduct my interview with the Mr. Martinez, and the Mr. Martinez is who is responsible in the sugar Salvadorian company is in the area the metrology. Okay, good morning, Mr. Martinez. Nice to greet you. How are you?
Good morning, Rafael. It is my pleasure to greet you. I am fine, and you?
I'm fine, thank you. It's nice to meet you to the conversation. Okay, good. So enter into detail. Tell me a bit about the company is structure.
Okay, Rafael. Casa Group consists of several companies, such as Central Izalco Sugar Mill in the Sonsonate department in the west of the country,
Okay.
and Chaparrastique Sugar Mill in the San Miguel department in the eastern part of the country, among others.
Okay.
The organization structure that lead in the sugar mill consists of a shareholder meeting who runs the company and executive manager
Okay.
who is the head of the company to a manager of operation is responsible for coordinating the other manager that are responsible for the administration of both sugar mill. The agriculture management manager is the one that is responsible to supply of sugar cane
Okay.
to the sugar mill, where the industrial manager is responsible to extract the greatest possible amount of sucrose to sugar cane to be processed later in sugar crystal and simultaneously to take advantage of all waste generated inside extraction,
Okay.
such as bagasse, finally molasses,
Mhm.
in mud that becomes composting.
Mm.
Also, the manager system that ensure compliance with all legal requirements and customer in terms of safety, quality, efficiency. There are also three managers, which are financing, marketing, and human resource, are responsible for providing the necessary support in terms of investment, financing, identify and access to new market, and social responsibility, both internal human resource, as of the sugarcane community
Okay, Mr. Rafael, is a different places in the company of the different the activities for release in the company. Okay, now focusing in a little more on the process are according to my research, and the literature is have seen it is highly integrate and process as each step is consecutive. We could not say that they are independent, but I would be delighted if you could clarify in what stage of the process there is a more complex or equipment or and the could lead to a significant loss if any of these are damaged are needed.
Use purification, sugar crystallization, and steam generation is where things have more accuracy. Use purification, pH meter, which are gauge of potential hydrogen, which are used to measure and control the acidity of cane use, and warranty the color of sugar is an important part of its quality. Uh, Sugar crystallization density gauge are taken, of which there are several types. Such classification is based on the principle of measuring.
Okay.
For example, refractometry, radio frequency, and microwave. These devices are used to control spontaneous crystallization of sugar crystal and ensure that there is uniformity in the crystal size, which is part of the sugar quality.
Okay.
In steam generation, dissolved oxygen mirrors are used to determine the quality of water used to generate steam in boiler bagasse, and pressure transducer are used to measure and control the level in the domes of this boiler.
Ah, okay. Is in summary is the three stage is utilize the most machine the precision. Okay, is is really interesting. Okay, well, Mister, in the speaking about the environment has a common the knowledge the situation of global warming and how we have been affecting our planet from years ago. So, from the environmental perspective, what are the emissions generated by the company and which are the most impacting more the environment? And in addition to this, do you have a certification in relation sorry to the environment as body or institution?
The discharge of wastewater into the river would
Okay.
Regarding this problem, CASA was always had a cooling herb to lower the temperature to 34 degrees Celsius. For accomplish the Salvadorian law, would the sugar mill is not content to the minimum required always what gas beyond. That is why we implement a project of the end of the last harvest. A closed circuit was were managed in this way, saving discharge of wastewater in the river. Continuous improvement of CASA as its base the search for efficiency in the all processes, management system quality and full safety are aimed to achieve satisfaction the requirements of internal and external customers.
Yeah.
CASA Group currently has a certification FSSC 22000 full safety system that ensures the safety and suitability of sugar. HACCP hazard analysis and critical control point. The ISO 9001 2008 ensures that our process and product meet the quality requirements demanded by our customer.
Okay, Mr. Martinez, is a very good information the proportioner for you. Okay, the three certification is in base the quality of the product, the sugar cane.
Yes, it's correct. Only 3 certification.
Ah, okay. Okay, the returning of to the subject of processing, we understand the term cane harvest. Okay, has the processing time of the sugar, but while I was investigating, I retraced it is a broad term science. It encompasses many factors. Okay, therefore, since the purpose of this interview is to assess different the both and the different research literature, and so can you expand what all is I include in the cane in harvest, and the which factors determine its duration, given that the according to my investigation and different factors affect in this duration.
This value depends directly on the quality that brings the cane when entering the production process for sampling for the 2015 to 2016 harvest
Ah,
was obtained in the Central Izalco sugar mill of 1,631,540
okay. 40, okay.
metric tons of cane millet were
Ah,
obtained.
it's better.
38,133 metric tons. Bull sugar were in 2,632,766 metric tons
Oh, okay.
of packaged sugar sacks of 20 kilograms
Mm,
of different sizes. Brown sugar, direct white sulfiting, and refined. Where all this was achieved because remainder of average physical extraction
okay.
yield 105.3 kilograms sugar tonne.
Okay.
It is determined generally without further detail based on the amount on cane to mill metric ton,
Okay.
which are grown of different farms across the country where they belong of the sugar mills or are owned by independent brewers or cooperatives. The same category. They sell the harvest to CASA. For this calculation is essential capacity of milling of
Mm,
the sugar mill to determine the days that lasted the harvest.
okay.
Sampling Centralizalco has a capacity of milling 13,000 metric tons a day in harvest cane that estimated the agriculture directory is 1,370,000
Okay.
metric tons,
Okay.
which means that it will have approximately 105 days of
Mm,
harvest. This result is updated daily according to information provided by Curie from where they place the harvest of sugar cane.
okay. And the 105 days is the time the process. Really?
It's correct.
Okay. Okay, perfect, Mister. And the another term that they really caught my eye is the cogeneration is a management that is a given to the sugar cane. waste, including the bagasse, and the other is what are the benefits that the management of the bagasse.
By burning bagasse, electricity is generated from renewable sources that feed the industrial activity of the sugar mill and the national grid. Central Izalco sugar mill generation capacity 45 megawatt. Injection to the mine 28 megawatt. Chaparrastica sugar mill generation capacity 62 megawatt.
Okay.
Injection to the mine 35 megawatt. Of total revenue that the company receives annually generation represents approximately 37% of the gain.
Okay.
Only this is directly affected by the reduction in the oil prices. As if that is so, the price at which they buy the kilowatt hours decreases considerably, depending directly on the market requirements.
Okay. Is a many electricity to the generate in the company. Okay. Well, Mister. In science, we now know how the company operates, how is a divide and the relevant terms, or has an endpoint, and to clarity, does the company dedicate to the other activities apart from its the sugar production and managing?
Okay. Other finally molasses is a product that is marketed for the manufacturing of concentrator for feeding animals and alcohol production at local and international market.
Okay.
Other service and agriculture product. Example, property management. It includes irrigation service, maintenance and agriculture mechanization, lifting perimeter with global position system, GPS,
Okay.
maintenance in repair of access road to sugar cane plantation, brigades road cleaning, security and surveillance film, certified seed financing products.
Okay. Is at the diversity of the business for dedicating the company, and not only the produce for the sugar or the management. Okay, and the okay, Mister. Okay, Miss Gracia. This has been my interview. I want to the thanks the Mister for your time and for supporting my with your ample knowledge and the experience to address for some information for this research. And it is has been a pleasure to discuss the issue. May you have a happy day. Thank you, Mr. Very good day, and thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Say good.